Welcome to Sketchy Medic, where we simplify EMS concepts, crush the NREMT, and laugh through the pain of memorizing protocols. From Nancy Caroline to National Registry nightmares, we turn complex topics into sketched-out breakdowns you'll actually remember. Today, we're kicking off your EMT journey with Chapter 1 of Nancy Caroline's Emergency Care in the Streets, the foundation of everything you'll do, the EMS system. EMS is a network of professionals, equipment, and protocols designed to deliver emergency care before the hospital. We're not just ambulance drivers, we're the first line of medical care in the field. Let's go through the process of when somebody actually first calls 911 and what happens in the initial, middle, and end stage of that process. This young gentleman has a headache. He decides, well, maybe I should call 911 for my headache. So what actually happens when someone calls 911? A dispatcher answers, calm, cool, and asking all the right questions. This is your public access point, kicking off the entire EMS system. They send the info to the crew using a communication system, think radios, tablets, and sometimes yelling over the engine noise. Now the EMS crew, trained and ready, heads your way, guided by GPS, protocols, and caffeine. EMTs assess the scene for safety, then begin patient care. That's clinical care. Oxygen, tourniquets, maybe even a dramatic bandage wrap. The EMTs treat and transport you to the hospital, communicating with the ER following medical direction, which we'll dive a little bit deeper into later on in the slide, and making sure they document everything. Back in 1966, a paper titled Accidental Death and Disability called out how terrible emergency care was in the U.S. at the time. That document, now known as the White Paper, sparked the development of the modern EMS system. Translation: people were dying on the way to the hospital, and we finally decided to do something about it. Before paramedics and protocols, EMS was forged in the fire of war, and it wasn't pretty. In World War I, battlefield care was primitive. Wounded soldiers were dragged from trenches by stretcher barriers with zero medical training. Transport was by horse-drawn carts, or worse, they were left behind. No system, no speed, just survival instinct. By World War II, medics had gear, training, and the Red Cross in their helmets. Field hospitals were more organized, wound care improved, blood transfusions, sulfa drugs, and antibiotics saved lives. It was the beginning of triage, figuring out who needed care and fast. Then came the Korean War, and everything changed. Helicopters were the first time airlifted injured troops from the battlefield to MASH units, and the golden hour was born. The idea that rapid transport could be the difference. There are 4 nationally recognized levels of pre-hospital providers: EMR, Emergency Medical Responder; EMT, Emergency Medical Technician; AEMT, Advanced EMT; Paramedic, the most advanced provider in the field. Each level brings more skills and responsibility to patient care. Your role? Not just drive fast and lift heavy. You're responsible for seat safety, patient assessment, emergency care, transport decisions, and documentation. And sometimes you also just have to be there for someone's worst day. Every EMS system operates under a medical director, a physician who provides clinical oversight. Offline medical direction is pre-written protocols and standing orders. Online medical direction is real-time communication with a physician for specific guidance. This ensures that care is safe, legal, and effective. So let's talk about certifications. Here's how you're allowed to work. A certification shows you passed a national or state exam. A license is a legal permission from the state to practice, and credentials is an agency-specific approval to work within the system and follow its protocols. EMS is also a key player in public health. Think vaccine drives, injury prevention, opiate outreach. We don't just show up when someone calls 911. We help prevent the call in the first place. EMS providers live in a world of CQI, continuous quality improvement. Chart reviews, performance checks, and skill refreshers make sure we're doing things right, or at least better next time. We're going to end today's lesson with a question, and I'd love to hear your guys' answers in the comments. What is an EMT's most important priority? To wrap up Chapter 1, EMS is a system, and you are part of that system. And your job is to deliver emergency care that's safe, smart, and fast, all while staying calm and keeping your gloves on. This is Sketchy Medic. Thanks for watching Chapter 1. Subscribe for more sketch-style EMS breakdowns, and as always, stay sketchy.